My name is Andreas Franke, but everybody call me Andy.
สวัสดีครับคุณแอนดี้
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
คุณแจ็ค
So can you introduce yourself? Who are you? Like the one maybe they don't know you before.
Yes.
Yeah.
My name is Andreas Franke, but
ครับ
everybody call me Andy.
ครับ
And I coming from a traditional violin maker family in Germany. And I set up the shop in 2009 here in Thailand. And I was the first in Asia from my family. The rest is all more in Europe, especially in Germany. And this is basically who I am. I mean, I worked in different cities. I studied in my hometown in Leipzig, city of Bach, very historical place and really lovely. I mean, I had the chance when I was a child and also a teenager that we served in the Thomas Church where Bach was working and writing all his great music. The musicians and set up their concerts in the church, and we were behind the scene to make the instruments ready for them. So things like this get me already as a kid a lot of inspiration and really like so much attached to music and to classical music, because in this kind of buildings you can imagine like that there was this kind of famous composer living, working and making their concerts, and that gives you really a great inspiration for this work.
So why Thailand?
Why Thailand?
Like I know because you come from like a violin maker family.
Yes.
For how many years? Like history.
My great-grandfather started to making violins in 1896. That was the first start when he became a violin maker. Then he worked for different companies, and in 1921 he set up his own business in my hometown in Leipzig. And he had 4 sons. All 4 sons also became violin maker. And then after the Second World War, it was really like in Germany we had like about 7 shops under our name in all different cities, and so quite a big thing. Back to the question, why Thailand? Why I grew up in the east part of Germany in Leipzig, and so my English was very bad because we didn't have English. We had Russian in school.
But it's not bad at all.
now it's good. Yeah, now it's okay. But it was I was like my grandfather always said, and also my father. Now you have the chance to travel the world, to work in different places, because my grandfather couldn't do it because there was the Second World War. My father couldn't make big moves because we were behind the wall, and so I had the chance now to work in different cities, and this is what I did. I went first to Dresden, worked with the very famous bow maker Jochen Schmidt. He is a gold medal winner in bow making, and also very strong background from the family in bow making. And so this was my first step. Then the second step were I worked in Vienna for 3 years, which was again a great inspiration for me, because I had the chance to work on really unbelievable great instruments, really the high-end things. We were working for the Vienna Philharmonics in the shop where I was working, and it was a day of bow rehearsal with Sartori, Picard, Fatigue, and so on, all the big names, and it was just like wow, to having a chance in this concentration, and then also of course to see the concerts in these historical places like Musikverein and Staatsoper, and that was really unbelievable and a great time. So after that, I decided, okay, whether I'm going to stay now in Europe for the rest of my life, and I can't speak English because I really just had like 2 years in school, or I make some move to another part of the world where I have to speak English. So this was basically my goal. So at that time, my father was working with a shop together in Hong Kong. So we supplied them instruments. And they were asking if there's a chance that someone can come to Hong Kong to their shop to service instruments, repair, restoration work, and all that things. I said, okay, I'll do it. And
Okay.
by that time, I really just could say like, my name is Andy, and I'm from Germany, and that's it.
Okay.
So, and then I worked 2 years in Hong Kong. After that, I worked Singapore, Bangkok, and another 2 years between these two cities. And then I decided, okay, I want to stay here because I also I had already a nice relationship with the musicians, and I saw that I really can bring value to the market for repair, restoration, and also for trading instruments. And that's why I'm here.
Yeah, but you work with a lot of great violin master here,
Yeah.
like teacher, like many famous teacher that I know and respect.
Yeah.
So like you work with them, but on business standpoint, it's a niche market in Thailand.
Yes, absolutely.
It's extremely niche.
It is indeed.
So, like, you have to learn about this, about what. So it means it's something that you like about this more than money, right?
It is. I mean, what I say. I mean, what I see. It's first thing as I'm the first residential European violin maker in Thailand ever, from what I know.
Okay.
Maybe
that sounds cool already. Yeah.
That's already a great thing. That it is not the hot market. Like I mean, if I would only look for money and this kind of things, I would stay in Hong Kong probably, or in Singapore or Taiwan or something like this, or where it's really like much more. But the thing is, being part of building something, it's sometimes much more important than the money himself. And
so legacy is much better than money.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not that I want to die poor, and I'm sure I will not.
Okay, good to know.
But it's Bangkok is also in the region. I mean, when the plane's going again after COVID, you're on 2 hours in Singapore, you're on 2 hours in Hong Kong. You can, like easy being around in the region. This is also what I did for the last 10 years. And so the market is in Thailand, yes, like you say, it's a niche market, it's a small market, but with all the things what is around, it's a nice place to be, and I'm really happy here and really.
But I really like one of your promotional that you can let students rent good instrument to study. So why you have this idea in the first place?
This coming from. I mean, in the beginning when I came to Thailand and I saw all the instruments and what was, and there was really like terrible things, and I really were considered about how can we change that, because if I ask the parents to buy a small violin for a lot of money, they will think like, no, because next year I need the next and the next, and kid is growing. So my vision was to really give every student access to a great instrument. So we came up with this renting program that you can rent a violin for 399 baht a month.
It's really cheap, actually.
It is really a very, very cheap price, but it's really a great value. It's not a cheap product. It's a handmade violin. It's hand varnish. It has European string like tonica or dominant on it. There's already just from the strings, one set in retail costs 1,100 baht. I put this on these violins to make it nice sound, to make it easy to play. We make a proper setup with a French bridge and all the standards like we do it on good instruments to support and to build really a quality in the market. And people are really appreciate that. And so we have many great kids, where we saw them growing over the years. And I feel and think that, or I'm pretty sure that so many kids giving up playing violin because they just got a toy in hand for 1,500 baht from Lazada. If you compare that with a set of string, which is already 1,100 baht, you know what you get, and you even have a case and everything. So it's a toy, it's not a violin. And I always tell my clients.
It's a sad truth.
Yeah, it's a sad truth. And I always tell my clients, when your kid starts to play football, you buy some nice football shoes, right?
Yes.
If your kid starts to swimming, you buy some nice goggles.
Yes.
For the violin, it's the same. You also, if your kid become a runner, you buy some nice sport shoes and don't let them run with flip-flops. I mean, that's it is. You know what I mean? And this is the thing where this is part of the education. I mean, we need to let the parents know, because many people have no idea what is a violin and why, and that the set of string is already so expensive, and all these kind of things. But this is the standard what I want to bring, and this is what we did the last 10 years here in Thailand. And I'm very happy that we really built some solid things already.
This is a question that is in deep in my heart long time already.
Okay.
When you buy instrument, because when I teach students, they have parents ask, what instrument? I want to upgrade my instrument. I want to have new instrument. Or it's the first instrument. What is the criteria, or it's like what we have to look for? The price, the maker, or what should I tell?
What should we say? I mean, that's a very complex question. Because first thing, when someone coming to my shop, I mean, I just will explain to you how I start. It's like, first, how good you are in playing, like which grade you're playing, you know, because it doesn't make sense to buy a very expensive violin if you just, play on a level, if you not really love it. If you love it and you have the budget, okay, you can go for it. But in every level of playing and in every budget range, we can find some nice solution. So again, back to the rentals. I mean, if someone coming and say, I play now 2 years violin and I'm on 3/4 and I don't know where this journey goes, then I say, okay, we have also full-size rentals. We have also old violins, antique violins, old German, French, for rent for 1,200, 1,500, 1,800. But you're going with something like this, and if you are more mature, if you know what you want, we meet again. And then we can look what is in your budget range and what is a nice instrument to buy for you, because it depends in which career you go, depends on how serious you are, and also with the budget you can buy in different ranges. So it's a complex question, but
but I understand.
It's what for me it's important that someone can really develop their skills on an instrument, and if someone is 12 years old and I tell them, okay, hey, you buy a violin, 600,000 baht, it's Italy and it's very good, and yes, it is indeed, but maybe this kid's
like, you don't know how to drive, but you drive Ferrari.
Yeah, kind of, So this is like but there are 12 years old kids who know how to handle this. So that's why we have to see who it is. I mean, I just had a student here, a small boy, and he rented a violin, and so my assistant showed me the movie about him and said, no, bring him back. He needs something better. He was just too good. So we go for a 3/4 old French violin, and he's very happy with that, and also with a nice, decent bow to help to develop his skills, because he was above this student level. So and this is really always the thing. We need to see what we can customize, and this is actually also our special way to do it. What is the best solution for the customer? It's not about the money, it's about what can we serve them to bring them value that they really can develop their skills.
As a father myself, I have a son. I'm going to have a second son soon.
Oh, great. That's good news.
But I want them to study music, no matter what. Like, I think it's develop the skill of playing and skill of self-control and everything. But as a profession, I'm a musician myself. I don't know if my son should be a musician or not. What do you think about this?
I think, in general, I mean, music is, over the past centuries, so deep in our roots of I mean, music is everywhere in our life. I mean, like, can you imagine a movie without music?
No.
You see, so this is that's why a professional musician will always have work, even though there are computers or something, because a feeling which we can give to an instrument and what is coming out, no computer can create. This is and from this perspective, I think we can look for music in two ways. We have one is the education side, which is also, I mean, no doubt a great thing to do, because every kid who is studying an instrument, if it's a violin, piano, or whatever, it's very good for the brain development. And
I always believe that.
That's I mean, that's scientifically proven that it is like this. So this is a very strong point every parent should consider, to give the kid a chance. I mean, it doesn't matter which instrument it is, but at least do some music, it's for the creativity and also for the brain development, very good thing. And this part is also always going in some way. I mean, some people, they give up because they are not really liking it. Some, they stay a very passionate amateur level, and some becomes professional musician. And then I think in this world now where we're living, it doesn't matter what you do. If you really do it 100% with all your heart, with all your profession, then you're gonna succeed. And this is the most important thing, because if I say you must become a professional musician and the person doesn't like it, it doesn't work. But if it comes from your heart, there's no doubt that you can be successful. Of course, you need to have also some business mind, and of course, you also need to, find your way to be successful. But it is still a profession which is, I think, very, very, very 100% sure, not with artificial intelligence replaceable, and that makes it actually, for the future, no doubt.
I really like this answer. Thank you very much. So maybe we can wrap up. I just want to if a student wants to get a new instrument, can he or she come here with blank mind?
Yes.
Can you
absolutely
explain to them and help them?
Absolutely. This is actually what I love to do, and we also have a professional assistant here in my shop, because my Thai is not that good that I can make the whole story. But I'm very happy to help. If someone wants to have directly contact with me, it's no problem. Please make an appointment. Please come over. I can show you the different options. We have really a very wide range from students until soloist level, and it is then really to customize. Also for collector, it gives also people who doesn't play that good, but they love it. They love the violin, they love how it's built, they love the history about it, because if you have an instrument of 150, 200 years or older in hand, I mean, if you imagine who played on that instrument, if you imagine how this instrument traveled the world to arrive here, it's unbelievable, through how many wars they went, and all these kind of things, that is a very, which it makes it a little bit mystery, thing, but it gives really a lot of emotion to an instrument.
Because I'm always your customer, because
I always
trust your judgment and trust your fixing my instrument all the time. So I just want to thank so much for every knowledge that you told me today.
You're very welcome.
And if the listener want to ask something, they just show up.
Please. We are also on Facebook. But if you want to come, because the thing is with the online thing, I mean, to buy a violin it's like shoes. It's you can't. I mean, you can try them. You don't know how it is. So, and it's it gives so many little things, which is very important, especially also for the kids. It's not just this size is okay. Some they don't like this color, some they, it's like a thinner neck, thicker neck. There's many things which we can adjust and customize. So that's why it's the best if you come here. It's also, I did this shop in a very traditional European style. So I have many customers who coming in and say, wow, this is feels like in a different world. So it's nice to come here to see the things, and we can give fully support that you can have a successful education or a successful professional career. We will be there, and also anytime, please make just an appointment with my assistant. We want to see Andy, and they will give you an appointment, and I will be there to answer all the questions you have.
Awesome. ขอบคุณมากครับ ขอบคุณครับ